Hi guys, welcome to the UX course. Now we are at module 4, module 5, chapter 4, and we are going to learn um, responsive design, responsive asset creation. So let's go ahead and check that. Okay. So we are going to learn responsive UI and devices preview. We will add different properties and variables for different sizes of devices. We'll mainly cover two devices here, iPad and mobile. I think that will help you understand how responsive layout works in Figma and how it can help you create responsive UIs, no matter whether you are working in desktop, iPad, pad, or mobile application. And before we dive into that, let's do a quick recap of what we learned so far. So we completed module 5, third chapter, wherein we learned the best prototype practices, wherein we also had a complete review of how to present your design uh, with Figma prototyping, and how to share your design with Figma prototyping, how to take feedback from client, how to add comments, and everything about sharing prototyping we learned. And also we learned those four directions if you are using window pop-up within mobile application, or if mostly in mobile application, if you're using window pop-up for four directions. If there is an action, let's say if there is an action, the pop-up comes from bottom, and if it's more of a prompt notification, it comes from top. And if there is a swap navigation, things changes according to if it is next, it comes from right, and if it is previous, it comes from left. So that also helps the user being stable on the specific screen and understand the value of proper interaction with the specific navigation. Now let's go ahead and deep dive into responsive design. Now let's go and deep dive into response uh, creating responsive design, and creating it on iPad, and checking between iPad and mobile. So first what we'll do is we'll create two different modes for sizing, and then on the variables, and then we will change the sizing, and we'll also see typography font applied within these two screens, and let's see how it works. So let's go ahead and first work on these variables. Um, all right, so we'll go ahead and create one page called responsive, and then we'll go ahead and bring in two different kind of screens here. One is 16, which is mobile, and then let's also bring in iPad, tablet. We can bring in iPad. All right, uh, tablet. Let's just call it tablet. Now let's go ahead and bring in these two sizes. So let's first create an auto layout. Maybe we can just keep a frame for it for now. Let's give some corners here. Let's apply some corners. Let's say small one we can apply. Put this also. Supply the small one. All right. So we are here. We can apply the bigger one here. Let's apply the bigger one. Uh, 21, which doesn't look that bad. Now let's go ahead and gray. Let's create some more basic colors before we dive. Let's fix the colors first. We were supposed to fix it, but we did not get time to fix it. So let's go into the colors, and so we have colors for indicators, and now we have colors for branding. So let's fix the branding first. So branding, we need to have two different variations. So one is this, and the second we want branding dark. We can keep a little bit of hue separation. So now we have both these colors. Branding light, this is branding dark, and now let's go ahead and branding light. Let's add these into a group called branding. Now let's go ahead and create one more group here uh, from, and let's create a group with this. Let's go to all first. Okay, we don't need this, so let's delete this. Okay, let's call these colors base. So we need only one color, one of these. We don't need to create two different variations because these would go into different modes. So let's call them base. So let's create for the white first, and let's say I want to say off white. Off white, let's choose the off white first, and then let's choose the gray we want. Then let's choose dark gray. Then we can go ahead and make one more color here, which is uh, black but light. Naming, you can decide however you want to name. I like to decide like that, and then black. Off black, and then you have just the modes you can decide. So you can create a different collection for modes, but that's not we are learning right now. So we will just go ahead and uh, use this. So now all the variables of the colors are grouped properly. Now let's go ahead and use this. All right. So how we were using it. So this is supposed to be off white, and this is also supposed to be off white. All right. Now we need to create two different modes within sizes. So let's go ahead and create that. We can go to sizes, and then we can create two different modes. So this is the main basic mode is mobile, and then we can go ahead and create a tablet mode. Okay, so what are the things you think should be similar in terms of sizes? You can have maybe more than this, so you can always add the plus 7 or plus 5 to it. So let's say if it's we are at sizes, so let's add, we'll add plus 4, and here also we'll add plus 4, that means this is going to be 28. Here we are going to add plus 4, so that means it will become 18. Depends on what we are adding. And spaces, maybe we let's add 4, so this is 25. We can do that. Let's add 4, so this is also 18. Let's add 4, so this is 11, but let's keep it even. 12, add 4, make it 38. Let's do for this as well, 25, and then we can go ahead and create for this as well. This is 18, and let's keep this 38. Let's keep this 12. So now you have two different modes. And now let's go ahead and apply the modes here. So this, we need to apply modes. We need to say sizes, this is mobile, and for this is tablet. So we need to do similar in typography as well. So let's create for mobile, and let's create for tablets. So title, maybe font we can keep same. Font we don't need to change. This also we can keep same. But this we can change. So instead of 16 is okay. We can make this 44. This we can make let's say 32. Subtitle small we can make 24. Body large is okay. Body small we can make 16, and this we can make 18. Indicator I like 12, but yes, 12 is still okay for me. So indicators does not have to be like really big. So this is also we have. Let's apply that as well in terms of typography. So this is mobile. Have we done that as well? Not just in sizes, but has this applied on typography? So typography, we have both tablet and mobile, and sizes we have both uh, tablet and mobile. Let's see, are we seeing both the options? Okay, I hope these can be applied. So let's see if things we can change. So let's take up font here. Basically, let's take a generic content we have, which we have already created somewhere. All right, so let's take this specific content. Okay, we'll take the body from here, and we will place this into responsive. We place this body in responsive, and now let's go ahead and see if there is something wrong here. We need to go ahead and change all the font colors. So let's select all of them and go ahead and change the color to off-white. So now let's go back and check everything in our responsive. Now it doesn't look that bad. Maybe the icon color needs to be changed. Okay, let's select all of them and change the icon color as well. Maybe this can be off white, this can be off white as well. We change the icons as well, responsive. Alright, uh, this has not caught up yet. Let's try to reset it. Reset, reset instance. Okay, it is next, and this color can be arrow. This basically the icon can be an arrow. So we have this now. Let's see if we can see the difference when you place it within this specific uh, parameters. So body, what we have done is we have kept it. Let's keep it fill. Let's change this to auto layout. Let's change this to auto layout. Body we need to keep fill container, and now let's copy the body and let's also place this into tablet. So let's see if the size has changed. So right now this is let's check the property here. um, okay, this is 40, this is 40 right now. Let me see, typography has to be applied here as well. Why is it not getting applied? Appearance, okay, so typography wise it has not been applied. Tablet, okay, and this typography wise has to be mobile. So you can now see the difference that once you apply a specific sizing to a font, to an icon, or to whatever, uh, it gets, it reflects within the different devices as well. You can see this specific font is now, let's go ahead and check the size. This looks 40, but this is not 40 at all. So let's go ahead and break it just for now to check uh, what exactly it is. So right now it is showing 44, that means it is bigger than this. Alright, so that's how you can play with typography. So there are other things as well we can do. Let's do a smaller part as well. So let's imagine if we had uh, um, a header for the entire page. So let's create a small header here. We still have to create it in system design. So I'll just take an example of this. All right, I'll create it somewhere and then I'll put it back. All right, so let's create it here. All right, okay. Let's play with off white and let's create our header. All right. So even if we keep the header, I think fill, I don't think this will be a problem. But we can see the other property as well, the Boolean property. We saw the sizing, we saw how the typography is changing. We also saw how the icon sizing is specifically changing within two different devices. But now we need to check the two different specifics like Boolean method, how the Boolean method would work out. All right. So let's go ahead and create basically a header, a normal header. So let's do that. Let's say page title, and let's use, we can use subtitle here. Let's use subtitle, and then let's auto layout this. Let's call it header, and we can keep this header completely filled. And typography, this is just a page title. Now we need to bring in two different icons. So let's bring two different icons here. Let's go to asset, let's go to search, let's bring in search here. Let's duplicate search and let's change that to notification. Let's use one more icon. Let's call it menu. All right. Let's duplicate this and let's have a name for it, menu. So I'll tell you what I'm trying to do here. So let's keep these together, and let's change the gap to smaller, smallest gap. Let's keep this hug. All right, and make the menu a little smaller. Right now it's too big. We can keep the indicator size, indicator bold. All right. Let's keep these two together and call them right. This is left. This can go left side completely, and this can go right side completely. All right. Page title can be in the center. Now see, let's change all the colors because these colors are not part of our, okay, what is happening. Okay, this is changed already. Now let's use this and have it in auto spacing. Auto spacing basically will put everything at a specific place. Now let's create this as a component. All right, so this can be entire component. This can be entire component. All right. So let's say if this is an entire component, okay. So what do we need to do? Entire component. All right. So in in mobile, we need to hide menu, and just hide the menu, and in iPad we need to show the entire thing but spread out completely. So let's bring this header. Okay, we need to apply that as well. All right, let's go ahead in our variables. um, let's create a boolean and let's call it as menu. In mobile, false, but in tablet, yes. Okay, and we need to apply this to the menu. All right. So let's group this into. Let's do it with two variables, two places. So this doesn't look bad. So we can keep it separate. Um, hide and show. Okay. What else do we need to do? Let's add one more icon here, or we can just change the text size maybe, depending on if this is header or, but text we already did that. So let's do one thing. Okay, let's do the menu first only, then we will see what works and what doesn't work. So let's go and apply the variables here. Okay, you see, this we have to apply here. No, not for this. This is specific thing has to be applied here. Go to uh, panel and apply this. Okay, so let's see. Let's bring this asset to our UI. Responsive UI. This is already taking too much time. Okay, let's do it quickly. Let's bring in our header. And let's place this into mobile. All right, let's go ahead and see what is the problem. This can be up, and this does not have to have a larger padding. Why is this showing too much padding? This can be like this, and this can have padding from top. All right, so let's see what is the problem here. Why is header going up? Let's use top part. All right, now let's use the same parameters here, same header here, and see how it looks. And okay, so this should automatically go into this should all automatically cover the entire thing. So for now, all right, so there is some problem here. I see it has to be filled, and also this has to be applied to. All right, to be applied to mobile. And yes, so this is mobile, and typography wise as well, mobile. Now let's go ahead and see it in our responsive. When you go into responsive, you copy the same thing and you place this into tablet. Let's see what happens. The size changes automatically. So instead of doing the entire thing, okay, so there is one problem I see. The menu text should have been shown. So let's go and see if it is working or not. In tablet, also hide. In mobile, in tablet, don't hide. Okay, so we need to apply one more variable here. Maybe let's see that. All right. So in tablet, let's go ahead and see if we are missing any variable. Size, no, it's working. Typography and size both are there. All right. So in tablet it has to be true, and in mobile it has to be false. So in mobile I should not be able to see the menu, and what I did is I removed uh, the parameter I had applied here. So it's just only one header, and for now you could see the menu is hiding, okay, because it has this applied, um, and this whole header is in a fill. uh, so if you go to, let's go to responsive, and we are using the fill part here as well. So if you copy and let's say if you paste it in the tablet itself, it will take the entire thing, and you can see the menu is visible in the tablet but not in mobile. So that's how you can have a responsive design, and elements react to the device sizes, whether it is font, whether it is uh, text, whether it is a button, whether it is an icon, or whether you want to hide it or show it on a different kind of devices. Thank you. See you in the next chapter.